the first thing we must tell fellow Kenyans is to remain in solidarity with one another. Those of our colleagues who now will have to stand trial, we are, of course, happy that two have been let off, General Ali and Mheshimiwa Henry Kosgei. And we must also think of so many of our people who are also waiting for justice because they are IDPs. Minister Esther Morugi has been working very hard to resettle them. And at the end of the day, we know there will be justice for all. The four who have now to stand trial have a right to appeal. And I see, because I've just come from Honorable William Ruto's residence, and the team of lawyers were there with him, it looks like they've already decided they must go on appeal. It is absolutely within their rights to do so. So let us accept that this is itself not evidence of guilt, because it's important to talk to those of our citizens who are themselves not lawyers. We are cognizant of the fact that this is an election year. And I think it is very clear from the ruling of the presiding judge that nothing affects our colleagues. I know that it is the intention of others to want to implore civil society and others to do make all manner of statements. But I want to urge sobriety on the part of all of us, so that we first think as Kenyans and ensure that justice is done for all. That, I think, is the only thing I can say. I had some statement that I was supposed to make. It can be circulated. But under the circumstances, I want to continue reiterating that we are in solidarity with those of our colleagues whose cases have to continue to full trial. We're also in solidarity with the many of our people who are still in IDP camps. But we are certainly not in solidarity with anybody who might want to make political capital out of what is going on, or what has gone on so far.
We are saddened because we did not expect this turn of events from what we saw when the evidence was being presented. We did not see that the prosecutor and presented evidence that would amount to providing substantial grounds on which our colleagues could have been found to have perpetrated these crimes, and therefore laying a basis on which they could be taken for trial. I think justice has been done with regard to Honorable Henry Kosgei and also to retired Major General Ali, because they have been freed. But we find some of the findings contradictory and illogical, especially those relating to Ambassador Francis Mudaura. If I recall correctly, Ambassador Francis Mudaura, the main charge was that he instructed Commissioner Ali to withdraw the police to prevent them interfering with what Mungiki was supposed to have done in Naivasha. Now the court has found that Commissioner Ali did not do any wrong. Therefore, on what basis will the same court find that Ambassador Francis Mudaura did any wrong, having released the person whom Mudhaura is supposed to have instructed. So we find that contradictory and illogical. And I think that there are really no sufficient grounds for Ambassador Mudhaura to be committed to trial. And I have no doubt that when the matter goes on appeal, the appeal court is going to set him free. So that presumption of innocence is very fundamental, and it will be wrong for any person to consider them as guilty until the trial is concluded and they are found guilty by the court itself. The standard of proof on which that trial is going to be conducted is very high. It's what they call a proof beyond a shadow of doubt. It's a proof beyond all reasonable doubt. So it will be wrong for us as Kenyans to deny them their human rights. It will be wrong for us to deny them their political rights on the basis of today's findings of the court. So we expect Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta to continue with his campaign for presidency. We expect Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta to vie and be supported for presidency. And we also expect Mheshimiwa Ruto to continue his campaign for presidency, despite the confirmation that we have seen today. So my own understanding as a lawyer, I have not read the full judgment. We'll be able to make a more comprehensive statement once we have read the judgment to the court. But those are the things I picked from this judgment.